Hello, everyone. On this podcast episode, we're going to continue talking about our universe again and how, the states, how both states can exist simultaneously as one. You know, in the previous episode, I talked about how scientists believe our universe has no edge and no center, right? Do you know the reason why our universe has no edge and no center? You know, I stated, in that previous episode that our universe must actually have an edge and a center. And both states must exist simultaneously as one, meaning our universe must have an edge and a center, but yet must also have no edge and no center. How can both contradictory states exist simultaneously as one? In previous episodes, I talked about how our universe is inside a larger universe, it's inside a larger universe, and is inside a larger universe. We're nestled inside a larger universe, and that larger universe is inside a larger universe. And that larger universe will be inside another larger universe. Because we're inside a universe, right? We'll never be able to tell where our universe begins or where that universe ends. You understand? After the Big Bang, right? Our Big Bang occurred inside a larger universe. The Big Bang that started this universe occurred inside a larger universe. Just like when a sun explodes, a sun or planet explodes. When a planet explodes, it explodes inside the universe, right? That's exactly what's happening. If the beings inside that planet were to look for the edge of their planet, they'll never be able to find it. Why? Because as they venture outwards, they'll find rocks, then even more planets. You'll never be able to know where the end of that exploded planet is. You'll never truly be able to find where the end of that planet is and where the beginning of the universe starts. And that's what's happening right now. Because our universe is inside another universe, right? When you travel outside of our universe towards the edge of the universe, you will never know when you cross the edge of our universe into another universe. It will be a seamless transition. Because our universe is inside a larger universe, scientists will never be able to tell where our universe started and where the universe ends. The larger universe is so large, we will never be able to tell, how large the universe is. Our universe itself is already very large, right? Our universe is already so massive. Because our universe is so massive, it's already very hard to travel to the edge of our universe, much less the edge of a larger universe. Because we can't, when something is so large, it's hard to find a central point to it. In order to find a central point to our universe, we must first know where our universe ends. Because scientists can't find where our universe ends, they automatically assume our universe does not have an end. When a planet explodes, right? You'll never know where the edge of that planet is. When the planets are scattered into many pieces, you'll never be able to tell where the edge of that planet is. Because when a planet explodes, there are large pieces and small pieces. The smaller pieces may fly faster than the larger ones, due to the size difference, right? So some of these small pieces, could travel light years within a few years due to its speed, right? So how do you know where the edge of that, how do you know how far one of these pieces have traveled? You can't. Some of these pieces are so tiny. When the planet explodes, it will be as small as electrons, as small as atoms. So do you really know where when the planet explodes, do you really know where the planet ends and where the universe begins? Because there's no reference point, it's hard for us to tell where the beginning, the center point of the explosion occurred. It's hard to tell where the central point of the explosion occurred because space is so large. If you weren't there to see something explode in front of you, it'll be hard to find the central point. Space itself can't be seen. It's hard to measure space itself. Because it's hard to measure space itself. After the explosion has occurred, we'll never truly be able to tell where the edge is. We won't even be able to tell which pieces of asteroids belong to that planet, or which pieces belong to other planets that have exploded before. Because we can't tell what belongs to what. How do you know, that the planet exploded? Well, you can tell that the planet exploded because the planet is what? Expanding. The pieces are expanding outwards, just like our universe is expanding. But because our universe is expanding towards another universe, scientists are incapable of telling where our universe starts or ends. They're incapable of telling where one ends or where one begins. It's not a cut point where you can say, okay, this is where this universe ends, this is where this one begins. It's a seamless transition. Because it's a seamless transition, we'll never know where our universe truly ends. We'll keep going forward. If you want to travel, across the universe, we could travel across multiple universes without realizing that we've traveled across multiple universes. Because they're all connected as one. Our universe is inside a larger universe, which is inside a larger universe, which is inside a larger universe. Just like the planet is inside a solar system, which is inside a galaxy, which is inside a massive, constellation, or something larger than galaxies. It's been a while since I've studied, well, let's just say our planet is inside what? A solar system, which is inside a galaxy, which is inside a massive universe, which is inside something even larger than the universe, something larger than our universe, which is inside something even larger, and something even larger, and something even larger. It just goes on infinitely. Because of that, we'll never be able to tell where our universe began. Many people have been wondering, how can before the Big Bang, what was there before the Big Bang? The Big Bang couldn't just come out of thin air, right? The Big Bang didn't come out of thin air. It never did. The Big Bang existed inside a larger universe, inside a massive universe. And as the Big Bang exploded, right? It exploded inside a universe like a planet explodes inside a universe. Because it's part of the same universe, it'll appear from our point of view as if the universe have always been there. The Big Bang exploded inside a larger universe. And because they're both connected, you'll never be able to tell where the beginning or end is. But duality states, like I said in the previous episode, the fact that the world appears to have no beginning nor end, the fact that the world appears to have no central point and no edge, proves that there must be a central point or edge. Our vantage point is so small, and our understanding of the universe is too small, so we can never tell where our universe truly ends. We don't have enough information to truly tell where the edge of our universe ends, and where the beginning of a larger universe begins. We just can't. Because we can't, we're on Earth. We're on planet Earth. Most of the tools we use to measure the universe are usually not that far away from us. The universe is so large. Even the tools that have been, that have been sent to outer space, our most powerful microscopes still can't see that far. Our most powerful telescopes still can't see that far. The microscopes can only see so little. The telescopes can only see so far. We haven't even been able to see, we haven't been able to travel outside of the universe to begin with. We can't even travel past planet Earth. We haven't even conquered Mars yet. We haven't conquered Pluto. We haven't conquered a single planet outside of our solar system. We haven't conquered a single planet inside our solar system, much less outside of it. So are these scientists truly sure? Have they truly traveled throughout the entire galaxy, the entire universe, to find out the universe truly has no end, no beginning? Are they truly sure? The fact is, there's a high chance when a scientist tells you the universe has no edge and no beginning, it's like when a creationist tells you the earth is flat. Because they see the earth as flat. When you look outside of you, when you walk outside and you look outside, right? You see a flat earth. But just because you see a flat earth does not mean the earth is flat. Just because you can't see an edge to the universe does not mean the universe has no edge. Just because you can't see a center of the universe does not mean the universe has no center. It's hard to find center if you can't find the edge. And that's the problem with scientists. Because they can't find the edge of the universe, they will never be able to find the center. And the reason why they can't find the edge of the universe is because the universe is inside a larger universe. The Big Bang exploded inside a larger universe. So these two universes come together as one. Just like a planet explodes inside the universe. That's how this world works. The fact that, everywhere appears, this universe appears to not have an edge or a center proves that the universe must have an edge and a center. These are two sides of the same coin. They must exist simultaneously as one. This is how this world of duality works. Positive and negative exist simultaneously as one. A magnet has both a positive end and a negative end. If you cut a magnet in half, both pieces will still have a positive end and a negative end. You cut them in half again, they'll still have a positive end and a negative end. The world works just like a magnet. The two contradictory states must exist simultaneously as one. The very fact that the universe appears to not have an edge and a center automatically proves that the universe must have an edge and a center. The reason why scientists can't find the edge or center is because the edge of this universe is the beginning of another universe. That's the only reason why they can't find it. The end of a planet that has exploded is the beginning of the rest of space, is the beginning of the rest of the universe. But at some point in time, that planet, right? Before that planet exploded, there was a center and an edge. Before the Big Bang exploded, there was a center and an edge. After it exploded, there will still be a center and an edge. Just because scientists can't find that center does not mean it doesn't exist. It exists, but it is hard to see. This world is a world of duality, and the world must also always follow that rule. Both equal and opposites must exist simultaneously as one. One. That's it for today's podcast episode. I pray for everyone's safety and understanding and longevity as well. Amen.